You are all welcome to the main edition of SHS, the Brain Quiz, which is being organized by DTL World and is the first of its kind. We are going to concentrate on mental health. The youth these days are indulging much into drug abuse and other related issues. In view of this, that's the more reason why TTL World has taken it upon ourselves to educate the youth, especially those in schools, to desist from this calamity which is taking over the country. So it is a competition between the schools, but for us it is education. I made myself clear. Probably it is a competition between the schools, but for us it is education for the youth. As my colleague said, we are to positively impact into today's generation. That's the vision for DTL World. Then our mission is to promote mental health and girl child education. So, as he said, if we greet you DTL World, then you respond, your life you are carrying is your message. Everybody's life you are carrying for now is your message. So, if you see you outside, the way you carry yourself to me will determine how your life is. And probably if you see a mad person outside, you get to know that the message he's carrying to you is that he's not normal. So we say your life is your message. And we have come about with what is known as the brain. As we are all sitting here, our brains are working. As the psychologist will say, no one is a temporal rasta. Your brain is working. So if the brain gets fault, that's where DTL comes in to shape it for you. So we say your brain, your health is our priority. Your health is our priority. As we are going through this program, and it is for youth, we took it upon ourselves to get youth among you, the students, to champion the cause for us. And as the MC said, by kind courtesy of Fediasi DAGHS, who happens to be the pay setters for DTL, and we have our patron coming from the school. She has also dedicated some students from the school who are our ambassadors. And as we all know, when we talk about ambassadors, they liaison between people. They talk on behalf of others. So, for us, we have 5 beautiful, handsome guys from Fediasi DAGHS who are serving as our ambassadors. So, without wasting my time, I will introduce our ambassadors to you. Then I'll give you all their portfolio as it is allocated to them. So, we have a guy among ladies. So, without wasting my time, I will invite our ambassadors to come and join me on the podium. Okay. So, on my immediate right is Upon SCU Samuel. He is the brain ambassador in charge of alcoholism. Some people are taking alcohols. So if you have that problem, they will help you to get in touch with us to solve it for you. Next to me on my left is the lady with the longest name, Princess Mercy Edu Jenfi Labi. And he is the ambassador in charge of mental health. Next to her is Lordina Danku. She is also the brain ambassador in charge of drug abuse. I go to the other lady by name Blessing Orchard. She is also the brain ambassador in charge of girl-child education. The shortest among them, but the controversial. She is no other person than Emanuela Obenba, brain ambassador in charge of general health. So let's give them a hand of applause. So, as the MC said, the program is live on our social media handles. Facebook is DTL World. IG, that's Instagram, is also DTL World. YouTube, DTL World TV. Then you can visit us on our site, that is www.dtlworld.org. Send any information you want from us to that site. We will give you updates and we'll give you information there. You can also email us on info@dtlworld.org. If you have any problem, get in touch with this number 0243 56 3794. 0243 56 3794. Some months ago, about 2 or 3 months ago, the basic schools had their turn for the brain quiz at this same auditorium. It was between 3 schools: Feyasi DA JHS, Jachi DA1 JHS, and Inquanta DA JHS. But what they did that particular day, it was so awesome, beautiful. And by so doing, the schools has been inculcated to join the brain by force. So now, without wasting my time, as you've seen that some of the dignitaries have started jumping in. We have officers from the education office and PRC Chief Nana, who is the board chairman, is also on his way coming. So without wasting my time, I'll hand over the microphone to the master of ceremony to continue. If there is anything for me to jump in again, I'll come. Feel free and all the best to the 6 participating schools. Your bragging rights got to UK and they are watching how you brag. It's going to be on the chair. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew Ajiman, the director of DTL World Foundation. As he was talking about mental health. Mental health is about how we feel about people, how we behave, how we think. So, if you have any errors or any faults in that area, that is where DTL World will come in to educate you, to help you come out from that struggle. So, we are moving on. And I greet the Chief Executive Officer of DTL World, Mr. Daniel James. He is in the United Kingdom, which is Manchester. And our General Manager, who is also in Dubai, Mr. Theophilus Nkrumah. Our General Organizer is Mr. Albert Buche, who is also in Dubai. Our Administrator, Daniela Denali Holayon, she is also in Dubai. And our health coordinator, Mr. Gobles Quanten, who is in Accra. And I would like to thank the head of media. If you look at the back, you can see a nice gentleman dressed in a yellow t-shirt, Mr. James. We call him King James, he's our head of media. And I thank you all for coming, the teachers, the schools. I welcome you all once again. Before we move on, we will listen to a poem recital by the brain ambassador in charge of alcoholism. As he's coming, let's give him a hand of applause.
Good morning, District Director of Education and District Director of Health. All protocols observed. My name is Opon S. Samuel, the brain ambassador in charge of alcoholism. My poem is entitled Alcohol. Alcohol. When I turned 20, I started to drink. It made me feel like a man, I think. But I found out I was mistaken, lost in a fog that may not be shaken. For years, I have lived in a tree-like dream with Johnny Walker, Jack Daniel, Jim Beam, Adonko, Kasapreko, and Helikin. In retrospect, my friends were few, but they were upon few. Like a prodigal son, I came back to my senses. I knew it was time to start spending friends. So I entered a treatment to save a career that was quickly beginning to disappear. Today, I tell others who are beginning to fall, you can't drown your sorrows in alcohol. Rely on God, our sovereign creator, and you won't have to miss out later. But once you try Jesus Christ with your life, your days will not be very right, but they will be filled with one thing for certain, and you should miss hell at your final getting. Alcohol, desist from it. Thank you.
Alcohol desist from it. If you're taking alcohol, please kindly desist from it because it's harmful for our health. If you become addicted to alcohol, everything about you changes. Your eyes, how you talk, how you behave, how you think, everything changes. So, if you are not taking it, maintain it. But if you are taking it, kindly desist or stop. Thank you. We are going on and we are going to listen to a poem recital by the brain ambassador in charge of girls' child education. As she's coming, let's give her a round of applause. The brain ambassador in charge of girls' child education.
Good morning, Bishop of the Association and all protocols observed. My name is Lesson Oshri, the brain ambassador in charge of girl child education. My poem is entitled, Education is the Key to Success. Education, the key to freedom, the passport to success, the inheritance of no stress. Education is the best property to have. It is the only assurance for a better future. Thank your God for giving you education, cause that is the cause of celebration. My mama told me that education is the best, that it will make me a relevant person in life. Now I know how she meant. I have overcome my discrimination by my education. Thank you, Mama, for your consideration. Education is important in human's life. It will cost you, but it will never lose you. Friends, they may betray, but education, it will never betray you. Value it in your life. Thank you.
Value education in your life. It is going to cost you, but it will lose you. If you are educated, there are many chances for you which are positive. We can all testify from that. Being educated, coming to school, we are ahead of those who are not educated. Shall we all be upstanding? Adek Jamra, let's give them a round of applause as we thank them. We can do better than that. Nana, you are welcome. You can have your seat. The whole body is dead. And is the most sensitive part of the human body. That's why we use the brain. That is why we use the brain. And the brain is here to educate you, to educate me on mental health, to create awareness on mental health. Detail one as a foundation, we create awareness on mental health in public places such as schools, communities, churches, and other public places. Our aim is to positively impact in our generation. When it comes to mental illness, I think people are ignorant about it, but we can all say that mental illness is very dangerous if you are affected by one. Example of mental diseases: anhedonia, mood disorders, anxiety disorders, and we can all say depression. You can see a young girl, a young boy, an older person committing suicide because of some one or two problem. And these things are all effects, or bad effects of depression. If you are depressed, you might be forced to do something negative which you think is positive. And also, if you are addicted by drugs, sometimes you can choose to dress indecently, but in your own eyes, you think it's decent because you have been addicted. Now, the brain has been washed away by a harmful chemical. So taking in drugs such as marijuana, such as cocaine, we can all mention it, weed, and so forth. It's very harmful, very, very, very harmful for our health. So, my brothers and sisters, we being youth, I would believe that we all desist from it. We all desist from it. Let's give ourselves a hand of applause again. We are going to listen to the poetry recital by the brain ambassador of drug abuse. As she's coming, let's give her a round of applause.
Good morning, Adek Jamra. Good morning, the District Director of Health and the District Director of Education, Mr. Prince Ajnaipia. All protocols observed. I'm called Lord Madam, the brain ambassador in charge of drug abuse. My poem is entitled Drug Use and Abuse. Drug use and abuse. Society has decayed from drugs and abuse. The crime and the tragedies that stem from their use, transforming good people to addictive behavior, tending to Christ and away from our Savior. Death and violence and the torment of souls. A road of destruction without any controls. Disintegrating families as personalities mutate. Changing high achievers to achieving a high state. The darkness of that and the evil darkness. The lack of big money for those driving gadgets. The organized crimes with their tentacle rich. Corrupting all sides as they suck like a leash. The cost to society is right off the scale. The deviance in law to put crimes in jail. But the degeneration of our moral rod will burn our soul as we turn against God. Thank you.
Are we all excited to be in this auditorium?
Yes.
DTL World.
The life is your message.
DTL World.
The life is your message.
The brain, your health is our priority. The brain, your health is our priority. Let's clap for ourselves. We are going to be educated a little, and we will invite to the podium a midwife. She bears the name of Madam Rita Osei.
You are once again welcome. This morning, I want to be biased because I am here for our girls. It's high time we sensitize our young girls to know what is going on. I am a public health educator from the BSc Public Health and Allied Sciences, Allen University. Most of the young girls were looking at me and they said, "Oh, sister, you are looking very nice." Why? I'm a midwife and people come to the hospital, teenage pregnancy, or threatened abortion. Please, our girls here, you are all so beautiful. You are capable of being whatever you want to be. Please, report any sexual harassment by your teacher, by your pastor, by your friends to the higher authority. Take your education very, very serious. I'm part of the DTL World. I'm an educator and I grew the young girls. The ambassadors know me very well. See how they carry their poetry recital. We will not wait to be a woman before you get a voice. We will not wait for you to get married before you get a voice. You have a voice now. To your superiors, please take your education very, very serious. The old adage says, if you educate a man, continue. I can't hear you. But if you educate a woman, clap for yourself. I want to see those people here in higher ranks. In future, we can get doctors, nurses, midwives, and so on and so forth. I started as a community health nurse. Yes, I was a community health nurse at Fontenay. I went to the midwifery, then I went to the university. I decided to finish all these things before I get married. Now I'm married with 2 girls. I still look cute, as you see. I still look very young. If I tell you my age, you'll be surprised. We want to emulate the young girls. You can make it. Say, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
I'm a bit biased because we all hear what's on the radio. The men are killing their wives. Why? Because they want to kill our dreams. We won't give way. Say we won't give way. period. It is only education that nobody can take it away from you. It is only education that can make you have a voice. Say no to teenage pregnancy. When they start sexual harassment, report them. Because the cervical cancers, they all start from teenagers. Please, let's make ourselves strong as women, as girls, to help ourselves and the nation Ghana. Thank you very much.
DTL World. Your life is your message. The brain. Your health is our priority. Okay, the ladies. DTL World.
Your life is your message.
DTL World.
Your life is your message.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
To the guys. Please and please again. The guys, please and please again. If you are a guy here, I want you to put this into consideration. You will grow up. You will become a man. For now, you are not a man. So don't engage yourselves in any sexual activity. Please abstain from it. Abstain from it. Because if you engage yourself in such acts, now you have taken the responsibility as a man upon yourself. Thereby, you are no more a boy, but a man. Are you listening? And also, if you are a guy, please take your education very serious. I am stressing upon this again. You take your education very, very, very serious. Because education is the key to success. Education is the key to success. As Madam Rita said, education is the only thing that no one can take it away from you. It's very necessary. That is why we are all in school. It is good for us to be educated, especially the formal education, as we are all in now, sitting in class again. You don't involve yourself in drug abuse, taking in harmful drugs. Please and please again. You will die young. You will die young. If you keep on taking harmful drugs such as tramadol, weed, marijuana, and the rest, it will shorten your lifespan. I think this morning I saw weed, and that lady's messages. It's a pity and very pathetic. As the lady is smoking weed and has taken a mobile phone to record herself, putting it on social media for the whole world to see that yes, I'm smoking weed. If you are a lady, a man, or a guy here, don't involve in such acts. Don't involve in such acts. Thank you.
And his entourage, all teachers present, invited guests, Nananum, all participants, ladies and gentlemen. I've talking already, but then I want to educate you as a special educator once again. We are talking about the brain, mental health. The brain consists of 4 lobes. The frontal lobe, which is here, the parietal lobe, which is here, the temporal lobe, which is here, and the occipital lobe, which is back here. If we engage ourselves with drug abuse, alcoholism, and other things, we're going to have legion. At this lobes where I'm talking about here. Is that how we have our mental illness? We are pleading with you, as I've already told you, that we are here to promote mental health and to educate you on other social vices. Being aware of yourselves will help you go out there, be responsible adults. And this is going to help us a lot as a country, as a community, as individuals. I wish you all the best in your impending competition. But then, stay focused and be strong for us by avoiding all the social vices. We need you because you are the future leaders of our country. Thank you.
She is the headmistress of PSA DAJHS and also the patron for DTL World Foundation. The world needs you. DTL World needs you. And also your parents, your community, and you need yourself. So clap yourself once again. Let's do something small. If you are using an Android phone here, please kindly go to YouTube. If you are having an Android phone, can you please log into your YouTube and you go to DTL World TV. You type DTL World TV. You type DTL World TV and you subscribe to our channel. You go to YouTube. Are we here? You go to YouTube. You type DTL World TV and you see our videos there, our activities, the brain quiz, and everything. You see the DTL World logo also there. You press on subscribe. You press on subscribe. Have we done it? Let's talk about ourselves. Well, let's talk about ourselves. We are continue by. We are going to listen to a poem recital by the brain ambassadors of mental health and general health. The brain ambassadors of mental health and general health. As they are coming, let's give them a round of applause.
The District Director of Education, District Director of Health, Jen Awofo, Yachurchurefo, Yenianuma Yeshewu Hedina Yamamachi, Mia Mijnahe, Midini Edusi Pokia Konfanko, Ohidewa Watima, Minimi Yabafe, Ama Amonje Wapapem. Yame Sama Yemeke. Your crucial Yapa Yasia for you. Obor Adie. Obo dear, Obo on mine. On my dear, Obo Asante mine. Asante mine, Asante mine, or Pimswa the wine, or Pimswa or Satan. Or take a course, or your poor PC. On
Okoche Asanteman, Asanteman Kobode, Okoche Asanteman Wofeya Se Apoye, Asanteman Apoye, Empany Say a true akọ François, na ye kai na rado. Say a true feyasia, na ya kai asanteman. Ye kase, se feyasi ni ha, asanteman ni ho. Wona wuni ane edunku. Ona ufi adansi afuofuo, wone adansi bona. Ona wuni ane kabri days. Wona wuni ane kontonchi obu onye. Ona ye chichi wo feye jiase, iti na wodi feyase, wonsuone anoche. Ona uwo jia echi abo, enone chi abo. Ona ye mpesi udi wo bosomche, amamreni ukrone asantimaiti. Iti na opinson from feyase na feye. Asantimaiti yao. Iti na wama yen very kukuchro for to say, Nana de Jamara, very well kukuchro for, very many onyam for, Kente Gracia, one another di Kente Kosu, Amoris, Nana, Opasu, Nana, here.
Go to Brooklyn. That's where I went. Back then, I didn't know any of the schools I should have given. But since I have graduated, I see you today, I'm really elated that a school in my district carries itself at the level that you are doing now. Give yourself a round of applause. It is not easy for the system to change the way it has changed. Thanks to our leaders that actually found the foresight to change the system the way it was. Because you should be able to go to a school like yours, come out and become whatever you want to become, and also be the pioneers for your school and boast of your school. So that somebody stand here and somebody sees them and say, oh, we is senior. Everybody hears that and they know what it is. You have to create your own legacy. So in the next 40 years, when you stand where I am, you will be talking to the same kids about how well you did. I don't know what alcohol is. I've seen it. I don't use it. Not socially, not personally. It's a choice. It's a difficult one, because most people I know occasionally do it. Why don't I do it? It's a personal choice. I don't mind how it makes me feel. So. But it doesn't mean that it's not tempting. I wrote a whole lot of speech until I saw your faces. And I was like, no, I have more to learn from you than you from me. That's why I'm speaking from the heart. Getting to where you are today, I don't think has been easy. And it's not a small feat that you are able to do what you've done. So I implore you, like everybody else is, study hard. It's a doctor that told me that, Nana, I don't need to tell you that. Sit in the classroom 12 o'clock at night, being bitten by mosquitoes, and waiting for the next day. We used to put our feet in water. I don't know if you guys still do it. To keep yourself up, keep yourself awake, to make the grade, to move on. It's not easy, but please, we are begging you. We are begging you. We pray for you every day. We meditate for you every day, for you to do well. We hope that a program like this that focuses on the brain, that is the center of your lives at this point in your life,
will help educate, if not at these few schools, make you become the ambassadors that we're waiting on, to transform you to become the medical personnel, the social workers, the motivational speakers that will move into the world to educate the rest of your kids. I do thank you for coming here this morning to support our students that are coming in for the quiz. They've done amazing things that I'm really impressed about. Why do I say that? I say that because my university education at the University of Rochester, New York, is brain and cognitive neuroscience. So I know the detail with which you go through to do what you do. To learn this. If you focus on what you're doing, it does not matter what career path you choose. You will be successful. People are going to put all kinds of things over here today. The Freuds and all kinds of neurons and axons and whatever that you guys will not understand. But focus on them. Focus on what the topic is. We will be successful. I'm saying we because I support you 100%. I really thank Wisconsin International University College for lending us their campus to give you a taste of what a university education will look like if you so choose. You can do it. Together, we can do it. I thank the parents, the organizers, the community health professionals that have come to help me, my own team that I brought. For helping this, I would say second hosting, but the first maiden senior secondary school brain quiz in Fayette. I hope we have a fantastic time and we support our team. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you very much, Nana Ate Tamara. We thank you for your presence, for being here, and we pray for more strength and grace upon your life. The time is up. The time is up for the commencement of the Brain Quiz Competition, SHS edition. Thereby, I will hand over the mic to our moderators. Let's give them a hand of applause.
Thank you, Nancy. So let's begin from the first two. Very good. Let's wait for all of them to introduce themselves, then we can give them a hand of applause.
Ajay Abigail, representing Yasha Francis Senior High School.
I'm Jonathan Bright, representing the Water Senior High School. Yes, representing the Water Senior High School. I am Arnold Clark, representing the American State Capital. I'm a pianist representing St. Michael Technical and Vocational Institute.
I'm Grace Siama, representing Bosomche Oyoko Community Senior High School.
And it's a Marco representing Boson Community Senior High School.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give them a hand. Thank you very much, contestant. It's not very easy to come forward like this and compete in a peace competition. It takes a lot. Yes, determination and the courage and all the needed qualities. And as you do that, you are also developing yourself. Yes. So when you are called upon to engage in an activity or a competition like this, take it as an opportunity for you, especially at this stage, at the senior high level. You are now building a lot of qualities for your lifelong learning. And so to be here is a great privilege. Not all people can have the courage to come forward like this. So I congratulate you. Yes, you have really done well for availing yourself for this competition. And so before we move on, I want all my contestants to know that it is the correct answer that you give that will earn you a mark. So since we are using the microphone, normally we have problems with the microphone. So make sure that when you are speaking, you bring it closer to your nose mask. Okay, once you are wearing nose mask, don't worry, you can take it closer. And then you speak directly into it so that we can hear you well. So in answering some of the questions, you have 2 attempts. Others, you have only 1 attempt. So if you don't speak well, and I don't hear you properly, I may not hear the correct answer and may not award the mark. That's why I told you that we are using this one as a warm-up. And so, we'll begin. I'll take my rules while I wait for some personalities. Let's listen to the rules of the quiz. So, this is the brain competition by GTL World. This is a major edition for the senior high school level. We are going to have 3 rounds. If you can't hear me well, let me know. That's why I'm speaking slowly. We are going to have 3 rounds. So the first round, we are going to have some group of questions which will require a correct answer from you. Each school will have a major question which is not transferable. And you have 10 seconds within which to produce a correct answer.
We also have some health personalities which I would like to introduce them. Miss Augustina Oben, she is a community nurse. Miss Augustina Oben, just give her a applause. And this lady I'm coming to introduce, she is a senior staff nurse and she's also representing the district public health nurse, Bosomche. She's in the person of Versus Amoas and Constance. You are all welcome to the brain quiz competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MC. And so I'd like to go over the rules again. We'll have 3 rounds. Round 1 will have a set of questions. And each school will be given a major question which is not transferable if the answer is wrong. You have 10 seconds within which to produce a correct answer. And you have 2 attempts. In round 2, we'll have the problem of the day, where you'll be given a task to complete within 8 minutes. You'll be given sheets on which you produce your answers. After the 8 minutes, the sheets will be collected for marking. Then, in round 3, we are going to have true or false questions and riddles. And so when we get there, I'll remind you of the rules for round 2 and round 3. And so quickly we want to begin. And before that, my noble audience, I will be very pleased if you give our contestants a round of applause. Thank you very much. And so, just as you are seated, I'll begin round 1 with St. George's SHS. Listen attentively. My timekeeper, I'll read the question twice, after which you begin your timing. So your timing will start from the end of my second reading. If the school is fast enough to produce an answer, that's all right. Okay, so St. George SHS, for 3 points, answer this question. Addiction can be meant to be an uncontrollable habit of. Addiction can be meant to be an uncontrollable habit of A. Drinking alcohol and taking drugs only. B. Gambling only. C. Exercise and eating only. D. All of the above. All of the above. Correct for 3 points. Teacher from senior high, your question. Addiction is influenced by A. Genes and the environment. B. Genes and behavior. C. Character and the environment. D. Genes and character.
A. Genes and the environment.
Correct for 3 points. After that, Osai Senior High School, your question. DMS5 means A. Dynamic syndrome of mental disorders. B. The domestic and statistical manual and mental disorder. C. The diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders. D. The dynamic and status of mental disorders.
C. Diagnostic and statistical manual of.
Correct for 3 points. My noble audience, I must state that there shouldn't be whispering when it's time for the school to answer or when I am reading. According to my ears, if I hear whispering, there is penalty against the one who whispers. So let's be very, very careful. Okay. So, can you do me a favor by turning your Bayport Senior High School? Your question. The following are some different substance use disorders found in the DMS5, except the following are some different substance use disorders found in the DMS5, except A. Alcohol-related disorder. B. Talking-related disorder. C. Behavioral addictions. D. Tobacco-related disorder.
B. Talking.
talking related disorder. Correct for 3 points. So, St. Michael, your question. Which of these does the DMS-5 recognizes as a distinct behavioral disorder? Which of these does the DMS-5 recognizes as a distinct behavioral disorder? A. Eating disorder. B. Sex addiction. C. Shopping addiction. D. Gambling addiction.
Gambling
Orange or green card? Bosomchi Oyuko Senior High, your question. All the following are some symptoms of addiction, except all the following are some symptoms of addiction, except A. Inability to stop. B. Secrecy. C. Denial. D. Vomiting.
D. Vomiting.
Correct for D. So I come back to St. George. Your question. When people continue to engage in the addictive behavior, despite the trouble it causes, we say the addictive behavior is. When people continue to engage in the addictive behavior, despite the trouble it causes, we say the addictive behavior is persistent. Correct for 3 points. That's to your question. The first stage in the stages of change model of addiction and behavior change is the dash stage. So you produce the stage. The first stage in the stages of change model of addiction and behavior change is A. Contemplation stage. B. Action stage. C. Pre-contemplation stage. D. Relapse. Pre-contemplation correct. The stages of change at which the person begins to think about changing it and quitting addictive behavior is referred to as the stages of change at which the person begins to think about changing and quitting the addictive behavior is referred to as A. Action stage. B. Contemplation stage. C. Pre-contemplation stage. D. Relapse stage.
Contemplation stage.
Correct for 3 points. People senior high. Listen attentively. At this stage, the person might plan the kind of change to be made. At this stage, the person might plan the kind of change to be made. A. Preparation stage. B. Action stage. C. Maintenance stage. And D. Relapse stage.
A. Preparation stage.
Preparation stage. Correct. St. Michael. All the following are parts of the stages of change, except all the following are parts of the stages of change, except A. Action stage. B. Contemplation stage. C. Change. D. Relapse.
Change. Change.
So, yeah, correct for 3 points. Oyuko, Bosomchi Oyuko, senior high school. Your Bosomchi is missing, that's right. Isn't it? Okay. I'll try and put it there for you. Okay. So, listen attentively. Your question. When one can no longer control their use of alcohol, compulsively abuse, despite its consequences, can be referred to as, I'll take it again. When one can no longer control their use of alcohol, compulsively abuse, despite its consequences, can be referred to as A. Drug addiction, B. Alcoholism, C. Substance abuse, D. Disorder. Okay. The bell, this is for my side. Okay. According to my team, when I was reading, I missed something, so I'll read the question again. Okay. So the question goes like this: when one can no longer control their use of alcohol and compulsively abuses it despite its consequences, can be referred to as A. Drug addiction, B. Alcoholism, C. Substance abuse, D. Disorder.
Alcoholism.
Correct for me. So, then just your question. Please listen attentively. I'm also reading very well. Just carry on. One of the following is an impact on alcoholism on an individual. One of the following is an impact of alcoholism on an individual. A. Unemployment. B. Overeating. C. Overthinking. D. Independence.
Unemployed.
Correct for 3 points. Dr. Bransfield, to avoid painkiller addiction, one needs to avoid painkiller addiction, one needs to A. Regularly take in pain medicine. B. Avoid drugs entirely. C. Take drugs exactly as your doctor prescribed. D. Take drugs with warm water.
C. Take drugs as prescribed.
Correct for 3 points. And so it's a warning to all of us. You take drugs as they are prescribed by the doctor. Let's stop the self-medication. Okay. So, Osage Senior High. The following are commonly misused substances that can lead to addiction, except the following are commonly misused substances that can lead to addiction, except A. Nicotine, B. Alcohol, C. Ketamine, D. Hallucinogens. What was that? Correct for 3 points. So 3 points was the Give also SHS. The chronic brain disease condition influenced by genes and the environment that is characterized by substance use or compulsive action is termed as a chronic brain disease condition influenced by genes, and the environment that is characterized by substance use or compulsive action is termed as A. Drug abuse, B. Addiction, C. Substance disorder, D. Mental illness.
B. Addiction.
Correct for 3 points. St. Michael, your question. Dash occurs, meaning what occurs when people exercise certain physical and psychological symptoms if the use of the substance is suddenly decreased or halted.
Withdrawal.
Correct for 3 points. That's for St. Michael. Also, Michael, listen attentively. Pick the odd one out. Pick the odd one out. A. Alcohol. B. Opioids. C. Steroids. D. Cancer. Cancer. Right for 3 points. So why is it cancer? This is just a follow-up question. Yeah. Why did you choose cancer?
Because opioid, steroid,
I mean, all the others are what?
all the others
are. Yes, I'm interested. We are all learning. I'm not taking the money from you. Yes. All the others are what? Okay, any other question?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They are doctors.
That can be abused. Thank you very much. All right, so St. Joseph's Etiquette. We are back to you. Addiction affects the brain through A. Walking, B. Sight, D. C. Decision making, D. Hearing. Right for 3 points. Japat. Is it Japatna or Japash? Are you sure? Japat was graduated from school, senior secondary school. Now it's graduated from senior high school. Alright, so your question. Listen attentively. A weak immune system can increase infections and contractions of a weak immune system can increase infections and contractions of A. Pneumonia, B. Fever, C. Madness, D. HIV/AIDS. Pneumonia. Right for 3 points. Oscillation, senior hand. Osa, right? Your question. Listen attentively. Signs of alcohol poisoning include A. Stupor and coma, B. Cancer and fever, C. Paleness and black teeth, D. Leukemia. Right for 3 points. Because senior high. Listen attentively. What is the physical effect of alcoholism on the brain? What is the physical effect of alcoholism on the brain? A. Ulcer, B. Dementia, C. Spasms, D. Fractures.
Dementia.
Correct for 3 points. What's the choice for senior high school? St. Michael. I'm really sorry. St. Michael. How many years did international experts on mental health use to compile DSM-5 manual. How many years did international experts on mental health use to compile DSM-5 manual? A, 14 years. B, 10 years. C, more than 10 years. D, less than 10 years.
More than 10 years.
Correct for 3 points. And now, for some choices in life. What is the 4th stage of change? What is the 4th stage of change? A, contemplation stage. B, action stage. C, relaxed stage. D, maintenance stage.
D, maintenance.
Come again, wrong.
Real
Action. Correct for 3 points. This is a very keenly contested competition. Alright, so we are moving on. St. John's Senior High School. Which stage is the focus for many people who want to overcome addiction?
action.
Correct for 3 points. That was St. George. Alright. Japan. Which disease affects your brain and behavior? Which disease affects your brain and behavior? A, drug abuse. B, anhedonia. C, addiction. D, alcoholism. Wrong.
Addiction.
Correct for 3 points. Osas, listen attentively. An average of how many people die each day due to alcohol? Wait, I'll take it again. An average of how many people die each day due to alcohol poisoning? An average of how many people die each day due to alcohol poisoning? A, 9, B, 4, C, 6, D, 5. C, 6. Correct for 3 points. Bridgewater Senior High. Alcoholism can also be referred to as A, alcohol dependence syndrome. B, alcohol dependence symptoms. C, alcohol deficiency symptoms. D, alcohol death signs.
In the question again.
Alcoholism can also be referred to as A, alcohol dependence syndrome. B, alcohol dependence symptoms. C, alcohol deficiency symptoms. D, alcohol death signs.
Alcohol dependence symptoms.
Wrong. And your time is up. I finished reading the recommended time. That's why I didn't give you a second chance. So the remaining time you chose to listen to the question again. Okay? And so the rest of the time you use part for the listening to the question and for making your last attempt. Do you understand? So you don't have any time left. You don't have any time left to give a second attempt. That is it. So I can't say come again once your answer is wrong. You remember your answer, right? Can you repeat that? What was that?
All dependence.
Same thing. Good. So the only difference is that it is syndrome, not symptoms. Okay? Alright. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Okay. So it's not transferable. I stated that statement. St. Michael, your question. Example of a substance that can lead to addiction is an example of a substance that can lead to addiction is A. Methamphetamine, B. Denial, C. Liquid inhaler, D. Soda.
Methamphetamine.
Correct for 3 points. So, Bosumchi, you put in your hand. Which of these is an effect on the brain when one becomes addicted? Which of these is an effect on the brain when one C. Decision making, D. Walking, decision making. Right for 3 points. So my attention has been drawn to the fact that there's a repeating of question right now. So I have to give you another question. Okay, this question has already been asked. Yeah, I think paper who was the same? Yeah. So I'll give you a different question. Bosumchi Senior High School. And according to the team, to be fair to all of us, all the questions that are posed to all schools are the same set of questions from some sections of the studies you did. So the next set of questions that are coming is also set according to the same standard. And so we'll have to wait for your question once I move on to the next set of questions. Do you understand? So you have one question at least. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so let's begin with the next set of questions. By the time we finish, that question will be ready. So they want to be fair to you so that we don't go overboard. We don't go overboard. We are sorry for that anyway. So we are coming back to St. George. This is the last set of questions for this round. But we should remember that Bosumchi Oyeko Senior High School has one question they are waiting for because their question has already been repeated. Are we all okay? Alright. So St. George Senior High School, your question. What is the vision of DTL World? What is the vision of DTL World? Or state the vision.
To positively impact on today's generation.
Sorry for 3 points. Japan. Give the mission of DTL World. Give the mission of DTL World.
To promote mental health and spiritual education.
Alright, for 3 points. Osar. What is the motto of DTL World? What is the motto of DTL World?
Your life is complete. Your life.
Come again.
Your life is complete.
Alright, for 3 points. Next school. Paper Senior High School. Give the motto for the brain. Give the motto for the brain.
Your health is our priority.
Alright, for 3 points. St. Michael. What is Epiphany?
Manifestation of God's power.
Alright, for 3 points. Bosomchi Oyeko Senior High School. When was DTL World born? Give me the year. When was DTL World born? Give me the year.
January 2017.
The year.
2017, sorry.
I'll give it to you, Matthew. Listen to the question and the requirements of the question. Initially, you said January 2017. I said, give me the year. January is not a year. So if you are touched, be careful. These are some of the specific mistakes you make during external examinations. Okay, so please, give us the exact requirement of the question. So you have 3 points there. So, Bosomchi Oyeko Senior High School, your omitted question is ready now. So listen attentively. An example of liver disease is, an example of liver disease is A, stroke, B, amniasis, C, high blood pressure, D, hepatocellular carcinoma,
Cellular.
correct but great one. So with that, we've come to the end of round 1. And I must say that the performance from all the schools is something that should be praised. They have really done well. They have really done well. And so we wait for our score master to give us the score for round 1. Contestants have really surprised me because some of the terms, they are really difficult, but they did well. So I want to work for our score master.
It has already been highly contested round 1. And this is the scores for round 1. Bosomchi Oyeko Senior High School, 18 points. Piaget from Senior High, 18 points. St. George's Senior High, 18 points. Osei Senior High, 18 points. St. Michael Central Vocational School, 18 points. And then Lagos Senior High School, 15 points. Using this nice performance, we continue with the contest.
This week, we will be moving to the second round for the problem of the day. But before that, I want to say that each school has one opportunity to make changes or for substitution. You have one opportunity to substitute any of your contestants, and you can do it only once. So if you feel you want to substitute, you will see us and we'll give you the opportunity. And that can be done only at the end of a round. When we are in the middle of a round, you can't do it. So I've ended round 1. If you want to make substitution, you can bring the name or you can do it now.
DTL World. DTL World.
Life is your message.
As the celebration is going on, I would like to invite some personalities from the district health service to give us a speech. As they are coming, let's give them a round of applause. We can do better than that. We can do better than that.
Invited with ladies and gentlemen, all good force of the I'm Constance, I'm working. I'm a community person, and I'm representing the district public offices for Osuji. There is a thing that has been going on quite often in Tanzania. To the report, I want to have the to the report, I want to speak the NAA. Today we are talking about mental health. And when we talk about mental health, it includes the emotional, psychological, and social well-being of an individual. Like all those that spoke earlier on stage. We often copy what our colleagues do, and they are the representatives that end up in having a mental problem. We all here, at a point in time, have mental illness, whether we like it or not, irrespective of who you are. And then that will happen when you behave out of the normal. As we are all sitting here, should someone start shouting, it means there is a problem. So that is your psychological well-being, behaving outside the normal. It's a psychological problem. Emotionally, as an adolescent, as most of us get are, you will definitely have the edge to have sex. But I don't think the moment you go like having sex, you go about having sex. No, we do not do that. So emotionally, when you are not able to control your feelings, when you are not able to act right, or you just act anyhow when you feel anything at any point in time, it becomes a mental problem. Here in Osoke, there are 4 facilities in the district that has mental facilities, as in people that give mental assistance. There are 4 facilities. We have one at Sewa Health Center, St. Michael's Hospital, Dashi Health Center, and Constance Government Hospital. There are 30 students who are being attended to because of drug-related issues and depression. Drug-related issues and depression. I must say that I'm much impressed that our young ones here are so much abreast with issues with psychological problems, and that they are even using medical sense. That I think you understand. If you do not understand, I suggest when you are done with everything, you sit down and then you study, not just learning. When the education director was speaking, my first time of actually learning this, being educated means leading a meaningful life. I know that most of us here, we know that people that have mental problems are those that are not easy developing. You meet them on the way and then they are desperate, carrying luggages and whatnot. No. They are even better than most of us. Let me say this in Chi so that you understand and understand it well. Although I share one, I use the honor for them, or a brand new free, and I say, what's that? I know the brave, as one of our years to a them. Or not, if you know a that person, if the person around here, a be a honor or be one and be two. But you may see some of us neatly dressed, say, assessing a mental health. They don't say they are bottom chance and income of that man, these people should be graded. That is it. So, whenever you feel uneasy, you feel you are not yourself, you feel you need somebody to talk to, you need a hug, you should go for those things. But you do them whilst you think inside the box and not outside the box. Mistake. So, if you feel uneasy, and now you go for that. They are all things that relieve stress. Question I pray, what pray? What they are all missing for dream who goes school no and so. What shall one corner? We don't do that. They are all things that predisposes us to mental health, our social life. There's no English, no PE, no physical education. What do you want to pack on to be SS program? Now, SS, I won't go SS program. How do you even relieve stress? When there is an English, there be this book. And so that we are being falsely fed. It's never like that. Yes, young dear mother, they will, yes, shake about them, they come on some about them, they drink and roast for about them, your copy about them. As I'm bringing whatever I came here to say to an end from Boston District Health Directive, we wish that detail will continue its program, and we are much privileged and honored that we were invited here to also share and educate ourselves. We ask that you all learn something from whatever is being done here or whatever you are being taught in your school concerning mental health. If you have any problem, you can go to a health facility. Tell them that not only when you are sick as in having malaria that you go to the hospital. Whatever feeling you have, you can share, and we'll all be mental healthy someday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And senior staff nurse. DTL World. DTL World.
Your life is your message.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
Your health is our priority indeed. We are moving on with our ways. So I will hand the mic to our moderators. Thank you.
So quickly we move on to round 2 to answer our problem of the day. So each school will give you the sheet. Then, when I give you the signal, you turn your sheet, and then you answer the problem of the day. And so, once we give you the sheet, please don't turn it over yet. Wait for instructions before you do that. I believe you all have your pens ready. I want you to produce a common answer, meaning that the two contestants should work together to give us one complete answer to the problem of the day. Yes, so I have seen some schools have made substitutions. So, Ogadutu, your new contestant, is your name there? Okay. So, introduce yourself. We know your school, so let's mention your name.
My name is Alfonso Collins.
Okay, you're welcome. Yes, big muscle. Yes, that's why I want you to warm up.
My name is Noah.
Okay, you're welcome. St. Michael, did you make a substitution? Also, sorry for. So, only 2 schools. There are 2 substitutions here. So, you have the problem of the day on your table. So, Mr. Timekeeper, what you do is that as soon as I tell them to start and they turn over, as soon as you hear start, you start your time. So don't turn your sheet yet. Now listen attentively. Listen attentively. You have the problem of the day there. And the question is that you have to label the parts of the organs. And you state their related diseases under them. So if you see the organ labeled there, you have 4 on the left side and you have 4 2 on the right side. Name them and state their related diseases as was given to you in your studies. Do you understand me? Alright, so you have 8 organs there. Each of them will give you 1, if you are able to name them, you have 1 mark for each correct organ name. Then the disease, some of them you have 2 related diseases, others you have 3. And so all of them you have 24. And so 24 plus 8, what will be the total? Yes? Each of them is 1 mark. So 24 plus 8, quickly, mathematicians. 32. Alright, so that will be the total mark for the problem of the day. 32 marks. So according to my sheet, I already get more marks, right? No mind. So according to my sheet, you have 22 of the diseases. You have 22 of the diseases. Some of the organs have 2 related diseases, others have 3. So you have a total of 22. And the organs are 8. So 8 plus 22 will give you the 30 marks. Are you okay now? Yes, you all have pens. Can I see your pens? Alright. So Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready? You have 8 minutes. Start. So while they are working on the problem of the day, we have learned so much from the speeches of our distinguished speakers. And then during the answering of the questions too, we have heard a lot. Now we have learned that the mission of GCO World is to promote mental health and girl-child education. Some people debate why is that now it's girl-child education, girl-child education. Yes. You know, the history of Ghana is such that in the olden days, our ancestors or our forefathers used to think that the place of a girl child is only at home, it's in the kitchen. And thanks to education and enlightenment and all that, we are learning that the place of the girl child is not only in the kitchen, but we are also very, very productive or useful in the economic world or wherever we are placed. But the education is so ongoing because of some circumstances or situations that most of the girl children find themselves in. And that is why DCO World has also taken that mantle up to promote mental health or education of the girl child. Now, the motto of DCO World is that your life is your message. So the kind of life you are living now is your message to the world. So what you want people to see you as to be portrayed in your lifestyle, how you handle yourself, is how people would see you. And so if you want to be respected, if you want people to give you the due recognition that you deserve, handle yourself very well in your lifestyle, portray yourself in that way, so that you'll be given that recognition or that respect. And so, the brain is all about mental health. Your health is our priority, and that's why we are learning about the brain and all the things that can affect the brain. So we have looked at the negative impact on the brain due to substance abuse. And that's the order of the day now. And that is what is happening among the youth. Because of the substance abuse, now we hear of certain happenings or incidents in the news. Recently, it's quite unfortunate what happened here in our district. There may be similar incidents which have not surfaced yet, but they are still happening. Just as our official from the health directorate said, in fact, I am really sad and I'm shocked today to learn that we have 30. This is equal to a whole class. 30 students, if you were not listening, who are now receiving attention. Okay, in one way or the other, so that, yes, we are saying A, yes, that's what the health officials said. 10 students who are currently receiving attention. And I believe that there's no one here who would want to find himself or herself in a situation like that. But we forget that those things happen due to the kind of things we indulge ourselves in. And so from today, if we didn't know, we should, now we know. We have learned. I think we can see our ambassadors in all the various schools and have access to the study materials and read, so that you learn about all those habits that can lead to addiction or substance abuse. We have heard of some of them in our studies, but there are certain things or practices that we indulge ourselves in that we are not aware are posing. So let us get closer to them. I believe DCO World will continue their education in all our schools. We need you in all our senior high schools. As for the basic schools, I think they are doing very well. I want to hear more of the programs in our senior high schools, so that our upcoming youth, our future leaders will learn a lot and then keep away from substance abuse that can have a toll on their mental health. This is one area that we should pay a particular attention to. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So, we have about, we are in the 6 minutes. So we have less than 2 minutes more. Right? It's a scientific paper, yeah. So, our contestants are still on the problem of the day. They've been given a task to solve on some parts of the body and the diseases that can affect those parts of the body. And so if we do not take good care of our bodies, There are certain organs in the body that will be affected negatively. So if our organs are healthy, the whole body will work. We are in the 7th minute, so we have less than 1 minute more. So the countdown is still going. Less than 30 seconds now. You should be checking your answers. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time up. Please raise your hands up. All of you, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. So, hands up. Go for the sheet for me. Yeah, go for the sheet. Hands up, hands up. All of you, I said hands up. St. Michael, hands up. Yeah. I believe you have the name of your school on your sheet. Do you know the name of your school? Okay. So I thought we will move on to round 3. But before that, so the team will do the marking for us. Whilst we move on to round 3. So, contestants, you are doing well, keep it up. We are moving on. So round 3, before we go on, the other schools that didn't make any substitution, you can do it now. Or when we begin, you can't. This is the last round. I said halfway through the round, you can't make any substitution. So apart from Osai Senior High and Pecos Senior High School, the other 4 schools you can substitute if you want to. So in this round, I'm waiting. Okay, all right. If you are not making any substitution, we'll begin with round 3. So round 3, here are the rules. This is the true or false section. When you are given a question, you tell me whether it is true or false. If your answer is correct, you earn 3 points. But if your answer is wrong, you are waiting for my response, right? If your answer is wrong, you do not earn any point. Is that okay? Alright. So, and you have only 1 attempt. Do you understand me? So you think well before you answer. And you have 10 seconds. So I've done well, okay? You have only 1 attempt. Correct answer, 3 points. Wrong answer, no mark. Round 3 is in 2 sections. After the true or false section, we'll have riddles. So when we come to the riddles, I'll give you the rules. Is that okay? The riddle is made up of only 1 set of questions. Please move once, and that will be the end of the contest. So, all right, thank you, my timekeeper. I'll read the question twice. So, as I end the second reading, together with the answer, no, this time I'm not going to give the options. You just tell whether it's true or false. So, after the second reading, then my timekeeper will change the time. 10 seconds. Are you all okay, my contestants? All right. So, according to your seating position, which you pick yourself. St. George Senior High School. You answer true or false. Please, my noble audience, do me a favor. waiver. No whispering. We should all have our mouths and nose covered with a nose mask. If you don't have a nose mask, raise your hand. We'll give you one. If I see you are not wearing a nose mask, I know your uniform. I'll deduct mask from your school. So, my time, you are coming in and check if somebody is not wearing a nose mask. I see some green uniform, forest green uniform without nose mask. All right. Okay. St. John Senior High School. When it's time for your question, you look at my face and listen attentively, after which you think and give me the answer. Okay? When you are thinking, you can look at your face, your pattern. Okay. Listen attentively. When the body has adapted to the presence of the drug so that it takes more of the drug to produce the same effect, is known as tolerance. When the body has adapted to the presence of the drug so that it takes more of the drug to produce the same effect, it is known as tolerance. 5 for 3 points. So that the audience will hear your answer. They heard that. Okay. Japan. So 5 for 3 points. Japan. When people experience certain physical and psychological symptoms, if the use of the substance is suddenly decreased or halted, it is referred to as withdrawal. Correct. It is not important to receive an appropriate diagnosis in order to get the best treatment, because some substances have the potential to cause dangerous withdrawal symptoms. It is not important to receive an appropriate diagnosis in order to get the best treatment, because some substances have the potential to cause dangerous withdrawal symptoms. False. 5 for 3 points. It is rather important. Okay. Before senior high. Before senior high. Individuals who ingest lethal amounts of alcohol often cease breathing. Individuals who ingest lethal amounts of alcohol often cease breathing.
False.
That is incorrect. It's true. So no marks for them. St. Michael, your question. The maintenance stage of the stages of changes involves thinking and planning. The maintenance stage of the stages of changes involves thinking and planning.
False.
That is correct. Right now. Addiction is considered an official diagnosis in the DMS-5. Addiction is considered an official diagnosis in the DMS-5.
True.
That is correct. People senior high, your question. Are you ready? I saw you walking, that's right. Did you just answer your question? Okay, so it's like it's your turn. Alright. So, your question. The drug which does not have sedative effect, but along with alcohol, produces marked drowsiness is marijuana. The drug, which does not have sedative effects but along with alcohol produces marked drowsiness, is marijuana.
Pause.
Correct for 3 points. Alcohol is a depressant. Alcohol is a depressant. Correct. St. George. Yeah. St. George, your question. Alcohol, not metabolized, is changed into acetaldehyde. Alcohol, not metabolized, is changed into acetaldehyde. The answer is incorrect. It's true. Pass. Your question. Honorable audience, kindly give us some silence. Your question. Enzyme, or the enzyme required to oxidize acetaldehyde is ethanol oxidase. The enzyme required to oxidize acetaldehyde is ethanol oxidase.
True.
It's false. There are 3 words, no it's. Other issue, on my honorable audience, let's have some time. Other issue, senior high, your question. Hangover is due to accumulation of acetaldehyde in the body. Hangover is due to accumulation of acetaldehyde in the body. It's true. Before senior high school. Before listen attentively. Drinking impairs coordination of different body parts. Drinking, as in alcohol, impairs coordination of different body parts.
True.
It's correct. St. Michael, your question. Alcoholics have reduced number of erythrocytes. Alcoholics have reduced number of erythrocytes.
False.
It's true, it's false. Sorry, wasn't sure senior high. St. Michael had it for it. Because wasn't sure senior high. Listen attentively. Tunnel vision is caused by smoking. Tunnel vision is caused by smoking.
False.
It's true that it's false. And with that, we come to the end of the first part of round 3. My team is the problem of the day ready? The math. Okay. Alright, then we move on. Since it's not ready, we are moving on to the last part of round 3. And in this part, you have riddles. Because we do not have bells here, each school will have your own riddle to give me an answer. Now listen, if you get this right, I'll read the whole riddle. If you get this right, you will get 5 marks because it's a riddle. Yes. Now if you get it wrong, this is a riddle. I will not produce the answers. You are producing them. So I will pass it on to the next who seated beside you as a bonus. If the school gets it correct, they will earn a bonus. A bonus of 2 points. Okay? They'll earn a bonus of 2 points. Please don't play that. Play that to get it right. Alright, so in the order in which you are seated, I'll begin with St. George. Listen attentively. Please, yeah, I'll read it twice. But please, I'm reading the whole riddle. It's your riddle. You can wait for me to finish. There's no need to rush. Is that okay? But after I have read it twice, you have 10 seconds to give me an answer. When it is passed on to the next group, they have 5 seconds. When I pass it on, I will not read the question again. So when I pass it on, don't say Madam the question again. Is that okay? Are you okay? And the bonus, you have only 1 attempt. If you say that it's wrong, I'll move on. Within 5 seconds. If you are able, I'll move it on. But the first school, the school that hasn't asked their major questions, they have 10 seconds. And they have 2 attempts. Is that okay? If you get it correct, 5 points. If you don't get it, I'll pass it on. If you get it as a bonus, 2 points. Alright. So, you all have only 1 riddle. So if you miss your riddle, that is all. Good luck to all schools. So, St. George's Senior High School, your riddle. I am a Superman. And I'm also the starting point on the road to recovery from an AUD. Who am I?
Medical detox.
Come again.
Medical detox.
Medical detox. Correct for 3 points. Please, I told you, get the microphone closer to your nose mask. Okay? Alright. So they have 5 points. Japan. 5 points for the riddle. Japan. I am like the philosopher's stone. I flood your brain with a chemical. Which chemical am I?
Dopamine.
Dopamine. Correct? Other from senior high. Listen attentively. I produce theories and cognitive behavioral therapy, which may be used to address thoughts and behavior patterns that contribute to addiction. Who am I? I produce theories and cognitive behavioral therapy, which may be used to address thoughts and behavior patterns that contribute to addiction. Who am I? Time up for Osedish Senior High. Big Russell Mountain. Forest for people. Now, Big Russell, your major question. Big Russell. I am for many people and start in a detox or treatment center. Who am I? I am for many people and start in a detox or treatment center. Who am I?
Alcoholism.
Wrong. Come again.
Intervention.
Wrong. St. Michael. Fountain. Timer. Osumchioreko. Fountain. Wrong. St. George. Action state. So correct for 2 points. So, because you lost your major question. That was the major question. So now, St. Michael, your question. Listen attentively. People call me disease. I have a lot of family members. One of my children affects your brain and behavior. Who am I? People call me disease. I have a lot of family members. One of my children affects your brain and behavior. Correct or false? What is try senior high? Your major question. And the last question for the contest. Listen attentively. Are you listening? I don't want you to listening. Look at me. I was born in Accra on Friday, 16th March. My grandfather is the World Health Organization. My mother is the Ministry of Health. I have a friend by name, Baraka Policy Institute. Who am I? I was born in Accra on Friday, 16th March. My grandfather is the World Health Organization. Look at me. My mother is the Ministry of Health. I have a friend by name Baraka Policy Institute or Baraka Policy Institute. Who am I? National Alcoholic Institute. Come again. National Alcoholic Institute. Wrong. St. George Fountain.
National Police.
Wrong. Japan Fountain.
National Alcohol Policy.
National Alcohol Policy. Alcoholism is different from alcohol, and institute is also different from policy. So, the Japan added as a bonus of 2 points. So, and that ends round 3 and the whole contest. A round of applause for our contestant. So, we wait for the scoremaster to give us the mark for round 3. And while we are waiting, we have the marks of the problem of the day ready. and I want to announce it so that all of us will hear. First, we were asked to label the parts of the organs and then state their related diseases. We had 8 organs. And so on the left side, we had the lungs on top. The first one was lung. And its related diseases are breathing difficulties, high risk of pulmonary infections. Then, the second one was muscles. We have related diseases being weakness, wasting, spasms. Then the next one is bones. Related diseases, osteoporosis and fractures, as was in your study. Then liver, we have cirrhosis, we have hepatitis, and we have swelling. Or it becomes swollen. Then the brain. On the right side, the first one is the brain. We have dementia, we have memory loss, we have mood swings. Then the next one is heart, the heart. We have high blood pressure, irregular heart rate, and stroke, as was in your text. Then the next one was kidneys. So we have kidney failure, we have hydronephrosis, we have high risk of kidney stones. Okay. Then the last one is the stomach. We have ulcers, we have gastritis, so as was in your studies, these are the related diseases that you were expected to state. So, just as we have said, I'll begin. St. George, you stated the lung correctly, the muscles, the bones, the liver, the brain, the heart. Unfortunately, the next one was pancreas. You stated it as pancreas as the kidney. So that one was wrong, and you had the stomach. So out of the 8 months there, you had 7. Then the diseases, the lung, you got the breathing difficulties, you had high risk of pulmonary infections. That one was also correct. And so you had the 2 months there, then the muscles, you had the spasms, you had the weakness. There was something you stated. What was that? Wasps. What was that? Wasps, I know they are insects, right? Okay, so next time, be careful. The mass. Round 3 was 30 mass, 2 mass. So here, there too, you had that one. Then the bones, you had the fractures and osteoporosis, correct? The liver, you had the swelling, you have the cirrhosis, correct? But you made the hepatitis. Then the brain, you had the dementia, you had the memory loss, you had the mood swings. The heart, you had the stroke, you had the high heart rate. The next one was what? Cancer. It was wrong. Then, according to your study, then the next one, because you had it as pancreas, you stated wrong related disease. Then the last one was stomach. You had the ulcer, you had the gastritis, you had the vomiting. So out of the 30 months, you had 23. Round 2, St. George Senior High, 23 months. Yes, St. George. Yes. Jackie Francis Senior High. So you stated all your organs correctly. You had the 8 months there. Then with the diseases, you stated all of them right. So they have all the 30 months. So later you can come for them for confirmation. Organization Senior High. Organization Senior High. You stated all your organs correctly. And with the disease, you stated all of them correctly but 1. And so you have 29 marks. That was the kidney. Kidney stated only kidney failure. The high rate of kidney stones. Then the last one, hydronephrosis, you couldn't sleep. Kidney. Alright. Then Before Senior High School. Before Senior High School too. You stated all your organs correctly. Then with the diseases you stated all of them correctly, but 3. So that was where you got them wrong. So you had 1. So Otherdishun had 29 points. I'm now on Before Senior High School. So, Before Senior High School, what happened was that some of them, you had half because you stated them half. And so you were giving half. Okay, the disease. Alright. You get your paper so you understand why. Then, and so their total of 27. 27, they got 27. Then St. Michael's Technical and Vocational Institute. You also stated all your organs correctly. All the organs correctly. Then the diseases, you missed some of them. So you had a total of 13 points. So St. Michael's Vocational Technical and Vocational Institute, they had 1, 3 here, 13 round. 2. Then, you also stated or you fully be careful. Alright. So for you stated all your organs correctly, and then the diseases, you stated some correctly and few of them wrong. So you had 5 of them wrong. And so you had 25 out of the 30. So scientifically, if you are spelling something scientifically and you get the spelling wrong, it's wrong. So that was what happened to the Funchal Senior High. Unfortunately, they had spelling mistakes, and that was what caused that. So they had 25 marks out of the total of 30 marks. So these are the results for round 2, the problem of the day.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
I will invite our ambassadors to give us a poem. And after the poem, I will share with you a story of a young guy who got addicted by drugs and by God's grace. He's now working. So, with our applause, let's welcome our ambassadors. We can do better than that.
Fellow Ghanaians, my colleague students, in and around Ghana. DTL World is here to enlighten you and me about mental health. Do you know something? According to the World Health Organization, mental health is the state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. You get it now? That's why DTL World wants you and me to see the light about mental health and has instituted the brain, an inter-school quiz competition comes your way in your district, region, and the country as a whole. The brain is here to educate you.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
The brain.
Your health is our priority.
DTL World.
Your life is your message.
On a popular request, people are requesting to listen to the poem recital from the ambassadors of mental health and general health once again. So we will invite them again. After I come, let's give them a round of applause.
The District Director of Education, District Director of Health, Jen Awofo, Yashra Shrefo, Yendi Anamaya Shepo Hedina Yawashi. Me and Mijna Hay, Midindi Ebisi Pokia Confanko, or Hidden Wabwasama, Midini Abafe.
Ama amono jefwa pape. Ya nesema yedeke. Ya crucial ya pape yasia koye. Ọwọ́ for adìẹ.
Ọbọ díẹ̀.
Ọbọ ọmọ
Ọmọ ní díẹ̀.
Ọbọ asantiman.
Asantiman ní hìn.
Asantiman ní ọ̀pẹ̀mùsùn.
Ọ̀pẹ̀mùsùn ní hàn.
Ọ̀pẹ̀mùsùn ní òsèlú.
Ọtí kọ̀kọ́ sùn.
Ọ̀yùkọ̀ omi èsì.
Ọ̀nà náà ń kójé asantiman.
Asantiman kò kọ́dé.
Ọ̀kójé asantiman kò fẹ́ yá sí akọ̀yẹ.
Asantiman akọ̀yẹ.
Mpanyinfoɔ sɛ yɛdwo akorɔfo so a na yɛkan nananom.
Sɛ yɛdwo fɛyɛ ase a na yɛka yɛ asantiman.
Yɛka sɛ fɛyɛ ase ni hɔ a asantiman ni hɔ.
Wɔn a wɔn nua ne adudu.
Wɔn a wofiri adanse akɔmfo.
Wɔn ne adanse wɔn a.
Wɔn a wo nua ne Fabrides.
Wɔn a wo nua ne Kontonkyi Ɔbɔnyɛm.
Wɔn a wowɔ gyia agyiabɔ.
Ɛno ne gyiabɔ.
Wɔn a yɛmpɛte wo din wɔ bosomkye. Amammerɛ ne amanneɛm.
Wo kuro ne asantiman nti. Nti na ɔpemsuo nsuo fam fɛyɛ ase akɔyɛ.
Asantiman hia wo. Nti na wɔma yɛn barima kukukyerɛfoɔ te sɛ
Nana Ade Agyapong.
barima kukukyerɛfoɔ, barima anuonyamfoɔ,
Kɛntɛn Pressure. Wɔn nananom ne kɛntɛn Post.
Amorusi, Nana Opaso,
Nana Bia.
The first day, and he didn't smoke. The second day, he didn't smoke because he said he would smoke. But the third day, they were like, you always come here, you don't smoke. You always come here, you don't speak, you don't smoke. Then today we are going to beat you. Then you know how they think when you start smoking. Anything wrong, they think it's right. So that guy started smoking for the first time, the second time, the third time, and he became addicted. For more than 2 years, this guy was still smoking weed. And his parents knew nothing about this. At that time, that guy has completed his HS. And according to that guy, life became very hard for him. And when he got addicted, when he started smoking, his dressing changed, his attitude changed, the way he thought changed. He was engaged in social vices, and you can name them. It came to a time when this guy came to his senses that I am destroying my life, so I need to stop smoking weed. This is what happened. First, he was not going to the ghetto again. But according to the guy, sometimes he feels like going to smoke, so he'll still go there. The journey of stopping smoking was not easy for the guy, and he was very depressed. Now, he stopped smoking. He started giving his life to Christ. Again, he changed where he was staying. When he started smoking, he traveled to a certain place for work. That's where that guy started smoking. And now, he changed from where that guy was staying and came back to his parents. He added a little prayers to it, and also reading some articles on how to stop smoking from other health signs. Currently, the guy is a young, nice, fantabulous, and handsome gentleman. And you know, you don't want to know who the guy is. The guy is an artist. The guy is an artist. And the guy is currently the secretary for this award, and I am the guy. Are you surprised?
Yes.
Why are you surprised?
DTL World.
Your life is your message.
My little advice to you is that peer pressure cannot move you. So don't be moved by peer pressure. You are a young guy, a young lady. Please and please again. For me, I was able to stop. Now, if I look at the type of friends I was working with them when we were smoking, some people have been arrested over a rape case. And I think when I stopped, in the next week, some people were arrested at the ghetto.
The brain.
Maybe you might not be lucky, you will run out with it. So please, and please again, desist from taking harmful drugs. Thank you. I will hand over the mic to our moderators to give us the final scores of the brain quiz competition.
Girls school, 54 points. Boys school, 50 points. Free school, 49 points. And then 6 school is 45 points.
privilege from my school master, and he has handed it over to me joyfully. So I have the singular honor to announce the final results for the maiden edition of DTL The Brain Competition, Senior High School Edition 2021. Here are the scores for the final results. The C school with 45 points is St. Michael's Technical School. They are really done well, especially in the first round. They did well. The second round, they had the highest points in the second round. Sorry, in the third round. Okay. So let's go to the fifth school with 49 points. Is Osumchi Oyeko Senior High. Then the fourth school with 50 points is Biposu Senior High. And then the third school with 54 points is St. George's Senior High School. And now, the second school with 56 points, 56 points, is outside the True Senior High. So that means that the first school, or the school that came first, in the 2021 edition, the mighty in fact, all our competing schools have really done well. They've really done well. Now, for the first and second schools, they have qualified to the next stage of DTL The Brain Competition. And that one is the debate edition. So the first and second schools will be involved in a debate competition in the next level. So as they are going, congratulations to all schools. You have really done well. Looking at the time with which you were involved in the studies, it was on a short notice, but you did well, and you have proven that in the results that we have seen, you made few mistakes, and please, I would advise that you go back and then you correct all those mistakes that you made. And I know it will help you in the area of science, because this is a section under science, integrated science or pure science. So I'll hand over to the organizers for them to announce the prize and give out the certificate. Thank you.
Knowledge and wisdom will be
certificates for participating. The contestants as well. There were 3. We asked the coordinators to provide us with 3 contestants. Probably there will be a time to do substitution. So whether you came for the program on the set or not, you'll be given the certificate, because football, you sit at the bench and the team wins, you take part for winning honors. So you'll also be given certificates for that. Now, there will be a trophy for second runner-up, and that school will also take an additional amount of 200 Ghana cedis from DT award. Again, the first runner-up will get trophy plus amount of 300 Ghana cedis from DT award. All my Jabars, you go home smiling with 500 Ghana cedis. So now I'm important to know the first 3 schools. The flag is ready and their names will be bolded on it like the Champions League trophy. So before that, we will invite from the high table some dignitaries to do us the honor to present some certificates to the participating schools and the contestants. But before that, we start from the lower part before we got here. So last time, the basic school, we had their competition, but the schools were given a certificate for participation. But this time around, the contestants who took part in the competition are going to get their certificates as their TGA1 came for yes. Now, when you see GAGS, they won the baby edition and they are here with Dallas, Amoho, and Samuel Silvam. So, Madam from the now section, please do us the honor to present the certificates to these young guys for us. Darlings, Amoho. Samuel Tifan, sorry for left. For Inquanta DAJHS, they gave us the information that they are having their work because they are in Form 3. So probably you take it upon yourself and go to the school and give it to them. So let's give them a hand of applause. Now move on to the schools. The schools will get a certificate before the contestant, because the contestants are coming from the school. So let's start with Madam Snow, you do that honor. Then you can use your table, right? So the coordinator for Jalachi Pramso Senior High School kindly come for this certificate and send it to you. Then St. George's Senior High Technical School, kindly follow. Concerning Elichum Senior High School. Osomke Oyoko Senior High School. Saint Michael's Technical Vocational institute. They are the only institute in Enugu. Bimboso Senior High School. Thank you very much, Madam. Thank you. Madam. Please, Madam, kindly join us to do the honor to present these certificates to the students for us. Betty Benjamin. Tony Delfina. Ellie Abigail. Elisa Marco. Michael Yehua. Grace Esiaman. Please bear with me if I do a little word, but Rachel, one Dharma. Silas Ando. Ernest Abia. Okay, Madam, thank you. Madam, kindly help us. Go ahead, Mr. Abia. Ade, base man. Bright, Charity. Bumba, Philip. Ojo, Ophelia. Apostle Collins. Ado, Oma Juliet. Okay, thank you very much. At this point in time, we will invite our patron to do us the honor and present the second runner. And it goes to no other school than St. George's Senior High Technical. St. George's. Please, the coordinators for St. George's, kindly join your contestants. Please, Madam, please on your finish the last one before you go. The first runner, Hossein Encho, Senior High School. Please, the coordinators, join your school. Oh, the second runner, they did not take their card. Oh, no, but I know that with my minister, and I will come for it, then I'll present it to you. So, first runner. Thank you very much. At this point in time, you will be with the board chairman for DTL World to come and do us the honor and present the winner for SHS Grand Prix 2021. So we go to Nana Ade Mama, Chief of the board chairman for DTL World. So the coordinator for the Famso as well as the contestant kindly come close to Nana. And the podium now is the chief of Feyase, who happens to be the board chairman for DTL World. Discipline by a shoe. Secondary school, my coffee, you will down just why you did this. Why, what was saying? Why should discipline come out? Some more way, you will have no motivation much up. The Duma, one million more tension, one moment, and one more impression in the about also like a day and a big Puma. Ama the Medians so I come. Now, want to me, free baby, I'm free now, and you have. Yes, I was
They are more competing schools are competing. I was saying about be participation allowance someone be a major address. Watch it be and in the apart also. That's a part. I feel this is when you have press up, come say, that's how it is. And yes, I said, and Pastor they qualify for the debate come next year, and it is going to be better, massive. So thank you very much, Nana Adejama, the Chief of Fenyase.